Welcome back to Runecast, Runesters. Glad to have you back here. Today we're going to do another in the series of herbs. We're going to be doing Lady's Mantle. So let me get my stuff situated here. Thanks as always for tuning in. Today we're going to be talking about Berkana and its relationship to the herb Lady's Mantle. So this has been a really important one to get. Berkana is the 18th rune. It's associated with the goddess Berchta, who is the patron goddess for all women folk. So we're going to light the candle. Got a jar ready to receive the herbs, but we're going to sage it here in a minute. Let's get some sage going. So let's talk about Berkana and Berchta and Lady's Mantle, how they're all related together. Again, I've got my runic apothecary going, so I've got my sage ready to go. Let's get some sage going here. Do sage. We'll get some more sage going in a moment. Lots of sage. Okay, so we're kind of learning about the runes and herbs at the same time. I love it. So let's refer to Freya's book, Leave the Big Drizzle, about Berkana, and just talk a little bit about it. If you can see here, Berkana, Bjork, Barken, it's related, of course, to the birch tree. Our birch tree derives its name from this rune. Berchta is the goddess. All those kind of words that start with B that mean birch, Berkana, Berchta, all relate back to the goddess. First and foremost, this is a goddess rune. Pictographically, it can resemble a pair of breasts. It relates to the goddess Berchta, who's the patron of mothers and children. She resides in the underworld. There she has a beautiful garden where the young children who die in infancy are said to go. Berchta has some aspects in common with Frigga and might indeed be a different form of the same goddess. But you can see this B shape is what we use to make Berchta or Berkana. So all things related to women and their needs, Berkana and Berchta are your conduit to those things that help women. She's the patron of all women. It's associated with other runes like Pertho, protection of children. She cares for abandoned children. And Freya says the Berkana rune is very beneficial for women and especially for women's problems. It has a pronounced healing effect when applied to female troubles such as difficult periods. It also has a rejuvenating effect. In liquid form made from birch leaves, it's rubbed on the scalp as a remedy for baldness. And then she goes into some of the old rituals that are just beautiful. You have to get this book. And how the tradition, like I've said in previous videos, was carried down from mother to daughter, from generation to generation. And old wives' tales, which have a lot of truth in them, contrary to popular belief. So, Lady's Mantle is the herb associated with Berchta. And I'll go over some of the uses for it. It's used as an astringent, so it can be used to heal most all wounds. Its roots are ground up and applied to help stop bleeding. It has a lot of healing properties, just like Berkana and Berchta do. Like aforementioned, it's helpful in periods and can be used and made into a tea to help women. So it is a herb that you definitely need for your apothecary if you're building your runic apothecary. Let's see, what else? Yep, taken as a tea. So you can make a tea out of it. And it's supposed to help with cramps and difficult periods. So we will go ahead and sage up this jar. But also, you know, you can use Berchta as a protector goddess to call to and use the Berkana rune in accordance, you know, in the same ritual. You're calling on her to help you in your time of need. And she is pretty awesome. She will come to your rescue. Okay. Looks like there's a little extra moisture in there as I'm saging the lid. Let me try and get that moisture out. Hold on one moment. Before I put the herbs in there, let me see if I can dry that out. Okay. I think I've gotten that. So yes, when you're building your apothecary, you can use lots of old jars. I have pickle jars over here that I've been using. This one is a olive jar that I used for my sage. This one is a picante sauce jar. Oh, there's even some more moisture in there. I'm going to have to get that out. You don't want any moisture in there because it can, you know, especially if you're dealing with dried herbs, you don't want there to be any mold growth or anything like that in there. So definitely make sure your jars are dry. Going through and drying this jar. I'll leave a recipe for the tea down below that I pulled off of this great medicinal botanical website. I'll also put the link down below. Okay, we're all saged up. We're ready to transfer the herb to the jar. So let's see how this goes. Let's see if I can keep from making a mess. What do you think? Oh, I made a mess already. You know what? Let's do it the old-fashioned way. Get a piece of paper. And pour the runes or the herbs in just like this. So like I was saying, every rune has an herb that's associated with it. Every herb has a rune. Recently discovered that there are additional herbs that go with runes, so I'm really looking into getting into this a little more in depth. Any knowledge I get, I will of course pass on to you. Some of these herbs are known by different names, so you kind of got to do your research and make sure you're getting the right herb for the right rune and the right reason. So this would also be helpful in a magical working. Say you were calling on Berchta and or working with Berkana. You know, you could put a little of this on the altar during your working. Drink a little of the tea if you needed to. Let's see if it'll all fit in there. I don't think it's all going to fit, you guys. We will try and make it all fit. But Berchta is a goddess I like to call upon a lot. Very beneficial, very helpful. If you're a man and you have a special woman in your life, she's having trouble, you may call on her to help you, to help her. You can reach out that way and ask for her assistance and help, all by using the 18th rune, which is Berkana. You can put a little lady's mantle in there, her corresponding herb, and help her out. Wow, that's very full. I knew it was going to be full because I got extra of this one. And there we go. Now all that's left is to label it up. Put my tape on there. And there you have it. Lady's Mantle, Berkana, and the goddess Berchta. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Please like, share, subscribe, put a comment down below. Be glad to answer questions or start conversations that you might want to have about runes in general or runes and herbs. And that's it for today. Thank you.